So welcome to the 10-10 movement, where our outcome is to help you in areas of life where you may be struggling and move that towards a more successful way of living, what we call a more 10 out of 10 life experience. My name's Tony B, and today I have probably the one biggest thing that actually causes us as individuals, that's you and me, and the collective humans, that's nearly 8 billion people on the planet, the most pain, which they do without even realising it's the thing that causes them so much pain. So I'm going to share what it is, and I'm going to share with you one thing that you can do to kick it into touch so we never do it again. So this could be like one small step for man, one giant leap for mankind. That one thing is judgment. Now, I'm going to take a very contentious subject to use to explain and demonstrate why judgment is the problem. Now, as a coach, I've been coaching people, individuals and groups of people for some 20 years now. And one thing we always say in coaching is that the presenting problem, that's the problem that you're struggling with right now, is actually very unlikely. In fact, we've even used the word, it's never the real problem. So we always say the presenting problem is never the real problem. The real problem, actually, if this was the presenting problem, the real problem lies underneath it. And what humans tend to do is they always tend to try to solve the presenting problem without even looking at what's going underneath. So, in recent years, rising to the surface yet again has been racial inequality, which has resulted in the whole Black Lives Matter movement. Now, I said it was going to be contentious, but look, it's got a real positive edge to it. Imagine all of that went away. It's what everybody wants, for all racial tension to disappear. I mean, let's face it, wars are fought over racial tensions. So imagine that was to go away. So what I believe to be the underlying problem, not the presenting problem, which will be racial inequality, but what's underneath that is the fact that humans have normalised, in other words, it's become normal to just judge each other. We're just judging each other all the time. It's you do this to me. It's like the victim as well. You're doing this to me and you need to stop. So I always ask people, who here likes being wrong? No one ever puts their hand up. Who here likes being controlled? No one ever puts their hand up. So look, at the end of the day, what we're doing when we go into judgment is we tend to be blaming the other person. Remember, they don't want to be wrong, so they don't want to be blamed. They also don't want to be controlled. No one ever puts their hand up. So when we start trying to tell people, you need to stop doing that to me, that is us trying to solve this problem at a surface level. So we're all humans. I don't care what colour, what race, what creed, we're all humans. We're all humans. It doesn't matter about our colour or what race we come from. It doesn't. But just if, we could give up judgment, which starts with you and me as individuals. If I gave up judgment, my life would be so much better. And trust me, it's not the easiest thing to do. I've been working on it for a long time. But imagine you set out to go, yeah, actually, how about this? This is really true. Judgment is the problem, the underlying problem. So if I was to get rid of that, and if we as a mass all started to work on that, racial inequality, sexual inequality, any other sort of inequality would go away if humans only learn to stop judging each other. So, how do you do that? Well, study judgment. Study judgment. Know that it comes from a part of you that is not the real you. It comes from what I call your egoic self. This is your protection system. So the more we learn about our egoic self, the more we can move away from living in a place of judgment, and the more we could live harmoniously, with families, friends, workmates, towns, villages, countries, the whole planet. If we started to understand more about how our ego self works and how this is not our true self. Our true self is free of that. If we learn how to free ourselves of our ego self, what we're left with is the most incredible human being you can imagine. A human being that comes and lives from a place of love, understanding, giving, compassion, all of those beautiful words. Whereas judgment causes us blame, it causes us anger, hatred, separation, all of those sorts of things. So that's it really. I mean, look, it sounds simple, and I know it is sounding simple, and it's not so easy to do. But look, it starts with us. If you and me work on us and everybody else starts to benefit from us being free of judgment, then it could, have a massive ripple effect across the planet. And imagine over maybe a generation how the power of judgment, if it were to dissipate, we would all start to live and experience more of a 10 out of 10 life. So that's it from me, Tony V. I'm going to pop a couple more videos up there for you to watch about different aspects of how you can move from struggling in certain areas of life to living a more successful, near 10 out of 10 life experience. I'll see you on the next video. Bye for now.